This is Danny with Inspiration Software Design, and I wanted to do a quick run through with you of the III Messenger. This is a simple instant messaging solution for FileMaker that allows you to chat with other FileMaker users within your organization or otherwise. It is fully customizable, it is open for customizations, and it is quite simple to set up, use, and integrate with your other solutions. This is what you see when you first open the database. So we can see these are the lists of users that we can chat with and their statuses. John is online. These two are both offline. You can click on any one of these to see the chat history. I said hi to Johnny, and he said hi back. And I can simply type down here to add another message. So I can say, how are you doing, Johnny? Hit enter, and it pops the message up there. So now if we go over to Johnny's computer, we'll see that, hey, I got a message from Danny, and we see this little blue dot showing that there's a new message there that we have not looked at yet. So I click on that, and I can see the conversation from Johnny's perspective. And I can say, I'm doing well. How about you? And if I go back over here, we see that pops up, and it pops up green, meaning we haven't read it yet. And actually, if we look at Johnny's screen, we can see that it's kind of grayed out, which means that this message is unread, that Danny has not acknowledged yet that this message exists. So he either hasn't clicked on this conversation yet, or he just hasn't activated the screen. So if I click in the chat area, or click up here, the little blue dot goes away, and the highlighting goes away, and if we look at Johnny's screen, we can see that it's not gray anymore, indicating that this message has been read. So that's basically all there is to it. It's a very simple chat program. It works nicely. It updates fairly quickly. And we can obviously have conversations with multiple people. We can change our status. So if I want to say, well, actually we can already see that Danny is crazy busy. And that's his status. Or we can select from a predefined set of statuses, which of course are editable. So if you download the software, you can edit that list. And users also have the ability to change their image. So you can just right click there and say insert picture, and you can browse your regular file browser, so you can go and find a picture. You can also change your display name. So let's say John wants people to see him as Johnny. So we do that, and if I go back over to my screen, I can see that he is now Johnny. You can also clear your chats. So we have this nonsensical chat with this person called Boss. And if we just click that, it asks, are you sure you want to clear this transcript? All existing messages will be removed. This cannot be undone. And we can say, oh, maybe I don't want to do that. And then if we try again, we can say, yes, I do want to do that. And this will remove that transcript from my chat window. So Boss's chat window will still have that message until he does the same thing. And that's really all there is to it from the user's perspective. It's very simple, very clean, easy to integrate. For an administrator, this is actually pretty simple too. So you can see we have this little gear up here showing settings. Now these are going to be settings for the entire system. If we look at Johnny's screen, he doesn't have that because he's not an admin. He does not have full access to this database. So, and we'll take a look at permissions in a bit, but basically that gives us a few, again, very simple settings. We can change the header graphic in the same manner. We just insert picture and select a picture from our dialog. We could also drag a picture in there. Same with these settings. You can drag a picture in there from your desktop or wherever. And then we also have the default user graphic. So I've selected a graphic for myself. So when I chat, and Johnny has also selected a graphic, that will appear when we chat. It also appears over here. You can see Boss and someone have not selected pictures for themselves. So they get the default image, and that's something that the administrator can select here. And there's also this refresh interval. So what's happening with this Messenger, and one of the reasons why when I type in here something, it shows up almost immediately on Johnny's screen. This is because there is a script that runs in the background using an on-timer script. And it's a very simple script. All it does is commit, refresh, and then refocus your mouse to where it was before. You don't even notice it's running. We've been interacting with this application for all this time, and every 10 seconds that script is running in the background, and we've barely even noticed. So if I start typing in here and we kind of wait 10 seconds, that script has run at least once, and we haven't even noticed it. However, this program is also compatible with FileMaker Go. In FileMaker Go, you do notice the refreshes. It's a fairly quick flash, but there is a flash. And that's one of the reasons why this interval is easily configurable. So you may want to make that longer if you have a lot of iPad users and they find it annoying to get a flash every 10 seconds. You can even make it shorter if you want to. You could have it go every 5 seconds. It will go into effect when someone logs in, but you can, as an admin, you can refresh your own client settings so that you can see how this will behave. Those are really the only settings that are involved here. So now if we take a look at permissions, now in order to add users to this, all we have to do is use the native FileMaker security. So we can see in here we have our 3 users. We have admin, we have Danny, and we have John. Now someone I must have deleted in testing, so someone doesn't really exist in here. But if I wanted to add a new user to this database, all I do is I just do it the way I would do any other user in FileMaker. We add an account, and the first time that user logs in the back end, it will create a record for them, which will appear over here. Also, the status is automatically detected if I leave, if Johnny leaves. So if we close Johnny's iMessenger and we head back over here, we will see within about 10 seconds, well, or less, that Johnny is offline. Now this program works perfectly fine as a standalone program. If you want to integrate it with your solutions, it is possible. It's simple enough that you can do it fairly easily. This is the relationship graph. So it would not be too terribly difficult to copy these tables, these 3 tables, and this relationship graph over into your solution, so that you don't have to have a completely separate set of users. I mean, all the users that are in your existing system, every time they log in, they will be added to the messenger, or the first time they log in, they will be added to the messenger. And the scripts are relatively simple as well. As you can see, these are the scripts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scripts. If you wanted to integrate this with your solution, you just copy the scripts over and make sure that the init script is called when your solution starts. If we look in the layout, we will see that this is all native FileMaker stuff except for the actual chat window itself, which is a web viewer, which I guess you could say is native FileMaker as well. But it's a web viewer, and it's using HTML and JavaScript. And this you really should not need to edit. If you change the names of fields, if you use different tables, all you really have to do is modify these top few lines, and then you should probably no need to edit below this line. You can also change the colors in here up at the top, and then everything down here you can just leave it as it is. So this is pretty easy to customize, and it's definitely easy to use, and I hope that you find it valuable for your organization. Thanks for watching.